As the resident villain on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Lisa Rinna recently announced her departure from the show. Here is a look at her first interview since leaving. Interviewer: So, Lisa Rinna just came over. Where do you come from? Lisa Rinna: Pilates, then therapy. Interviewer: Wow, Rinna, so I'm not cute, but I'm real. Interviewer: Yeah. Rinna, I'm in LA mode. Interviewer: Would you like a glass of water? Rinna: I would love one, thank you. Why not? Interviewer: We met at a catastrophic fashion show in Paris. We talked about housewives. I actually had a tear in my eye after talking to you, because you gave me so much hot tea that I was like, I'm the luckiest homosexual alive today. And now you have announced that I have left the show after 8 years, which is a long time. Interviewer: That's multiple eras. Rinna: I look at it as an era, for sure. This is the longest job I've ever had in my 35-year career. As an actor, you don't usually get to work on a show for 8 years. You might get 5 or 6, but not many people work on a show for 8 years. It's just unheard of in our business. Interviewer: How do you feel? Rinna: Well, I feel lots of things. It's always a scary thing to decide to leave something, but I always know when I need to do something. What happened was I left, really, right after the reunion. People don't know that, but I let everybody know right after the reunion that I was going to move on, that was going to be it. Interviewer: Right. Rinna: I had a rough year. I never think, oh wow, it's just such a rough year, and I'll never be able to handle it again. I can always come back and handle something, but something has gotten into the housewife universe because of what's going on in the world, and it's reflected in the way the fans react to the world of housewives, and I just think it's unhealthy. It wasn't working for me, it wasn't right for me. Interviewer: Can you take me through what it was like to be on season 12 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, day to day? Rinna: You get a call maybe the day before to show up somewhere. It's planned where you're going to go. What's not planned is what's going to happen. So let's say I get a call that I'm going to go meet Kyle Richards for lunch at this restaurant. So that's what you do. Interviewer: Right. Rinna: So you go, and then you may have a producer there that says, okay, this is what just happened, or we're going to talk about this, or we'd like to talk about this, but there's no direction. Or maybe it's a catch up. You haven't seen Kyle in a while, you're going to catch up, and then what comes out of your mouth drives a story. Interviewer: And was the vibe last season a real fucked up vibe? Rinna: No, it wasn't, not at all, no. Here's the thing, I love filming, filming's fun, what is not so fun is the airing of the show. Interviewer: Yeah, Rinna, filming is one thing, but once you see it, once it goes out into the universe, that I don't love, because it takes on a life of its own. When filming, you have your drama, but it's contained in a sense, and once it goes out, you get opinions and all the stuff that goes on. That's the part I don't like. Does that make sense? Interviewer: We all know that the editing of the show is genius, but sometimes, you're edited well, other times, you're edited to be assassinated. Rinna: Here's the thing, we all know what we're doing, we all know that they have the power in the edit. You do not have power in the edit whatsoever. Of course, if you get a nicer edit, you're happier. Listen, if I could tell my story the way it really happens, that would be fabulous, wouldn't it? Interviewer: Yes, Rinna, that doesn't happen for anybody. There's not one person on that cast that feels completely validated and says, oh, yes, you're seeing me for exactly who I am. It's just not part of what you're going to do with 8 people. They're brilliant at what they do. Are there times that I have liked some years more than others? Yes. Interviewer: Right. And how did you feel about this year? Rinna: I fucking hated this year, for a lot of reasons. My mom died, we all know that, but that's not the biggest reason. The story just didn't get told as two-sidedly as I would have liked. How about that? Interviewer: It seemed like the tea never really got spilled. Rinna: It really didn't. It was unfortunate that there weren't cameras in Aspen. It was something that happened so spontaneously. In the moment, I didn't think to turn on my voice memos. When somebody's having a nuclear breakdown, you don't think, oh, I should be filming this. that doesn't come across your mind, when you've actually tried to save somebody and get somebody out of a club because they were hurting themselves, you think, what the fuck do I do? Do I call the police? I don't know what to do. So yes, it was unfortunate that in this Sprinter van, there were no cameras, because we were done filming, we'd shut down,